have to
We
have
have
a
a
vote to
motion to reconvene?
in open session. Oh, that's right. We did
Okay.
that. Okay, we're back in open session. And on that first agenda item about whether to grant the respondent's motion to compel, do we have a motion in that regard?
Yes, I would move that we grant respondents Doug Denny's motion to compel. And I am prepared to read that determination, granting it as part of that motion.
Please do so, and then I'll ask for a second.
Whereas the Wausau Ethics Board has received and reviewed the materials submitted by the parties in the above noted matter, including the motion to compel submitted by respondent Doug Denny and brief filed by his attorney Andrew Erlinson. The response brief to Doug Denny's motion to compel by City Clerk Caitlin Bernardi and City Attorney Ann Jacobson filed by their attorney Sam Hall, and the respondent's reply brief in support of Doug Denny's motion to compel brief filed by attorney Andrew Erlinson. And whereas the board has considered the arguments by both parties in this matter, including those for and against compelling the depositions from the city attorney and city clerk. And whereas the board finds that section 2.03.080 of the City Ethics Code grants certain rights to the respondent, including having adequate opportunity to do all of the following. Number one, exercise full discovery rights, including adverse examination of witnesses who will testify at the hearing within a reasonable time before the date of the hearing. Number two, have the board inform the respondent or his or her counsel of exculpatory evidence in its possession. Number three, have witnesses heard. Number four, establish all pertinent facts and circumstances. Number five, question or refute any testimony or evidence, including the opportunity to confront and cross-examine adverse witnesses. 6, be represented by counsel of his or her choosing at his or her own expense. And number 7, upon request of the respondent, have the board issue subpoenas to compel the attendance of necessary witnesses. Whereas the board finds that in order for the respondent to be able to exercise full discovery rights pursuant to section 2.03.080 sub 1 and chapter 804 of the Wisconsin statutes, taking depositions of witnesses is necessary to provide due process to the respondent. And whereas the argument of the city attorney and city clerk that they are unable to participate in depositions because of an ongoing criminal investigation by the Wisconsin Department of Justice's Department of Criminal Investigations is unpersuasive, as that is a separate and distinct matter from the ongoing investigation by the board and the Department of Justice denial of a records request made in February is both not relevant and insufficient to deny the respondent his due process rights to depose potential witnesses afforded by the city code 6 months later. And whereas the board finds that in order to allow the respondent to exercise his full discovery rights, he must be able to take depositions of witnesses who will testify at the trial. Now, therefore, the Ethics Board for the City of Wausau hereby grants the respondent's motion to compel and would order the city clerk, city attorney, and city clerk to sit for a deposition prior to the date of the hearing at a date and time agreeable to all parties.
Thank you, Robin. Is there a second to Robin's motion?
I would second the motion.
It's been moved and seconded. I don't see any need for further discussion. I guess we don't need a roll call. All those in favor of the motion to compel, please raise your hand. We have a unanimous vote adopting that. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, I guess I'm missing something, is discussion and possible action on subpoenas for the hearing in the matter of the pending complaint against Mayor Doug Denny. Section 2.03.075, paragraph B, gives the board the authority to quote, require by subpoena the attendance and testimony of witnesses and the production of documents, close quote. And this is pursuant to any investigation or hearing under the Ethics Code chapter of the city ordinances. I guess my suggestion would be that maybe if you've still got that list of additional witnesses that we looked at the last meeting, we kind of go down that list and talk about whether we think somebody on the list is important to subpoena and to get testimony from, or identify those who we think are not likely to be able to add anything to it. That might be an easy way to go. Some people said they had no contact with the mayor during the time period involved. So does everybody have a copy of that list of people?
I don't have it, no.
Okay,
I've
I do. I
created
can-
my own list, but they might be not in your order.
I don't know that there is a list, but I have the responses from each person
Yeah,
that we were looking
yeah.
to subpoena.
Well, why don't I'll use my list. I'll identify by name, and then we can talk about whether we see a need to subpoena. And another thing I think to keep in mind is that we had talked at the last meeting, we actually authorized Attorney Larson to investigate the possibility of an uncontested statement of facts. He has been at work on that with Attorney Erlinson. And, but we don't have anything, there's no agreement yet, and I think we need to proceed with the assumption that we don't yet have an agreement. We can, if an agreement is reached, we hopefully will have time with another meeting scheduled for the 25th of this month to excuse people at that meeting if it becomes clear that the only thing they would be able to testify on is something that's already an agreed fact. So let me get my list, and we can start talking about that.
And the board would then have to approve the list of agreed-upon facts before it's entered? Did
Yes.
we not agree? Yeah, we agreed that that is part
That
of the
was
process.
part of the
Okay.
motion that we had at the last meeting. Let's see. Well, there's Mary Ann Grote, the finance director. We did not get a response from her. My feeling remains, as it was at the last meeting, that there are certain people who would be able to talk about the same things that another witness would talk about. So we don't necessarily, I think that Mary Ann Grote is likely to have no more or different information than Caitlin Bernardi, the city clerk. So my feeling is I don't see a need to subpoena her, or Cody Hart for that matter. I don't think they're going to be able to add anything significant to what we would get if we had Caitlin Bernardi testifying. Other thoughts on those two?
What was the reference to Marianne Grote as to what has already been submitted?
Well, we don't have anything from Mary Ann Grote.
Just reference to her.
I think she's in a supervisory position
Over Caitlin.
over Caitlin.
Yeah. That would be the only connection I could see, because I didn't see anything either in the material that we looked at that mentioned her at all. And she would be in a supervisory position, but I'm not sure how that would tell us to
Yeah,
subpoena her.
I
was a little surprised by it.
Yeah.
The only thing I could think of is that, obviously, if there's a grievance taken to anyone, chain of command, you would take it to your superior. So if there was any reason if there were complaints made, or if there were issues that were somehow rendered to a superior, then she would be the recipient of those, but I don't have record of any of that.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing anything to date that would
Right,
further.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I think yeah.
She was included in that complaint filed with the Wisconsin Elections Commission that was decided, last month, I guess, that dismissed the complaint. That alleged that the city clerk and people in that office had violated Ethics Commission guidance on using absentee ballot drop boxes, and that got dismissed. So anyone want to argue we should call either Mary Ann or Cody?
My only thought on it is that if there is a reason why Caitlin Bernardi is for some reason unable to answer questions, and there are questions that can be answered by someone else. This could be a potential person that would have answers to those questions. That's my only stipulation as to why I would still consider having a subpoena.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good thought. I mean, in particular, the point you made about if she wanted to take her complaint, if Caitlin Bernardi wanted to take her complaint someplace, she might complain to Mary Ann Grote. But I'm not sure how much, I mean, she's already kind of, with the information that's been provided and the things that have happened, the referral to the district attorney's office and also the Wisconsin Elections Commission, Caitlin Bernardi has already kind of made her complaint. So I don't think we need to hear more about what she might have said within the office.
There being that it's gained traction and gone above the superior level, maybe you're correct. Maybe there's no need.
It would be mainly hearsay.
Okay. So why don't we just vote on those two? I'll move that we not subpoena Mary Ann Grote and Cody Hart.
I'll second that.
It's been seconded. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor of not subpoenaing those two individuals, please raise your hand. And opposed? Okay, that one passes 3-1.
Oh, I raised my hand. If you're
Against
looking
it?
at me. No, for it.
3-1.
No, I was
did
looking
you?
at Jesse. Yeah.
Oh, I saw, sorry, I thought you was looking at me.
All right, that's all right.
Just voting with pure honesty.
Okay.
The next one on my list anyway is Ashley Klein from the city clerk's office. And again, I don't think she's got anything that's important to add to this picture. I think the mayor or somebody made an inquiry about a particular absentee ballot, and so that was the exchange between.
Well, I think the question would be whether somebody was prohibited from using it.
Yeah, it seemed like
I'm not sure.
in the box, yeah.
The box.
When did that happen?
That happened,
What date was that?
It was the 29th, but I'm not positive.
I wrote it down
Must have been
somewhere.
during that week.
I did write that down.
File gets big, it gets hard to find stuff.
It shouldn't take me too long. That was on, it looks like September 25th.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm not sure when the email came in through the Alice system.
I think the crux of this witness is more to discuss whether or not the ballot box was available when someone was looking to use it, right? That's
Right.
kind of the gist of this
Right, I think that's
particular
what
stance.
Robin's point is.
Yeah, and that was September 25th.
25th, kind of midweek. That was after absentee voting started.
And after the box had been moved, but before it had been returned. I mean, I guess I see relevance to having that person still
Sure.
available for questions to offer their testimony.
One of you guys want to move that we include her and those getting subpoenas?
I would move to include.
You want me to do that? I'll move that we include Ashley Klein
Oh, okay.
in our,
Then I will second Doug's movement.
Been moved by Doug and seconded by Jesse that Ashley Klein be included among those that we would subpoena to the hearing. All those in favor signify by raising your hand. That one is passed unanimously. Okay, next on the list. Next is Matthew Barnes, police chief. And he's one of the two that gave a rather polite, what I consider to be a polite refusal to answer. I mean, there was a response, so that was certainly appreciated, but we got no information from him, saying he was uncomfortable about answering, and
Right.
so,
Was it ambiguous or what made it?
yeah, I complained about the language that was used, and but also said that in his case, he would be happy to answer specific questions, and he would certainly get specific questions at the hearing. If he doesn't, I don't imagine he's got a lot to say about this. It probably wouldn't take a lot of time, but when you don't get an answer and you get a response like this, it makes you wonder, is there something we're not thinking of that maybe he could tell us? So I'm kind of in favor of subpoenaing the chief of police.
Yeah, I think if the question was, we needed a more targeted or specific set of questions, this would be a grand opportunity for that to occur.
Yeah.
Oh, say that again.
If this was, so I think the reason there was a refusal to respond was that it was too broad or general.
Right.
This obviously would not be broad or general, so I think this would be a very opportune moment to
So,
be able to ask targeted questions.
okay, right. So what kind of things do we think the police chief would be facing that would be particular questions? Do you have an idea?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't know what I really don't have a good picture of what his role in this was.
His role was that after the mayor took the box and put it in his office, he then called the chief of police to let him know he had done this. And so they had a telephone conversation at least about what happened.
Okay.
And we don't know for sure. We only have what the mayor told us was a part of that conversation. So
So it could be a brief question.
yeah, it could be. I expect it would be pretty brief.
Right.
Yeah, I would,
Yeah,
And
I would
he
include-
may say nothing more than just that the mayor called him to let him know that that's where the box was.
And I think that individuals that had direct correspondence or had direct communication that hasn't been documented would be valuable to
yeah.
the questioning.
Right. And I think the same goes for Eric Lindman, the director of Public Works. He gave an almost identical response.
Right.
And so if we're going to subpoena Matthew Barnes, I think we should subpoena Eric Lindman as well. I'll make a motion that we do that. Is there a second?
You're including two?
Pardon me?
You're putting both of them on, or
Yeah,
your motion is, okay.
right.
I'll second that one.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion on that? All those in favor of sending subpoenas to Matthew Barnes and Eric Lindman signify by raising your hand.
Okay.
That passes unanimously. There's Todd Baton, the deputy police chief. To me, I mean, I think he was in a meeting with the mayor at some point when something happened, but it doesn't sound like he was even there to discuss this subject with the mayor. He went along with the chief of police, and then there was the fire chief and the deputy fire chief, who I think may have been in on that meeting. They were talking about something entirely different, and as I recall. So I don't see any need to subpoena Todd Baton. I mean, if we didn't get it if there isn't something worthwhile through the chief of police, I don't know why the deputy chief would be able to provide us with anything. Any disagreement about that? Maybe we can just move on to the next one then.
Do you want to put those all in so far we have not doing Todd, not doing the fire chief, not doing the deputy chief.
Do we want to just do a motion to
To get all three
do
out.
all
I think
three?
we're- Aren't we just doing motions for the ones that we are subpoenaing?
Oh, are we? Okay.
You have
Yeah, I was thinking maybe we just shift to, we'll make motions on those that we are going to subpoena.
Perfect.
And if seems to be consensus on the ones that we aren't going to, we'll just move on down the list. So Todd Baton is one. And then we've got Jeremy Kopp, the fire chief, and Justin Pless, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, the deputy fire chief. Kopp and Pless both denied any contacts at all. So it seems to me those two, in addition to Todd Baton, really would have nothing to tell us. Then that brings us to Leo Gao, the facilities manager. I think there was an email exchange between the mayor and Mr. Gao about the box.
I think we should subpoena. His name comes up quite a bit in other people's as well.
He'd be a yes.
But Leo Gall.
Yeah, I guess I'll move that we include him in the subpoenas. I'm thinking also that, just based on the email exchange, it might not be very long testimony anyway.
Sure.
But he did have communications with the mayor about the box.
Yes.
So
I would move. Or did you already move?
I don't
Sorry.
think I did.
Oh, you did
Did I?
move?
Oh.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. All those in favor of including Leo Gao in the subpoenas signify by raising your hand. That passes unanimously. Next on the list that I've got here is Lisa Rasmussen, the president of the Common Council. There was an email from her after,
Kind of extensive.
Yeah.
after she discovered that the box had been taken. I think it was Monday, the 25th.
Yes.
And she sent a relatively lengthy email to the mayor.
Oh, she's the president?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
It might be that we might need her to elaborate on that, or to identify the email that I think it was the mayor that provided to us from her. But that seems like that would be something we might want to do.
Yeah, I think it's an extension of a previous point I was making, where if anyone had direct contact about this issue with the respondent, I think it's important that we have them at the hearing.
Would you like to move that we include her among the subpoenas?
Yeah, I would move to include Lisa Rasmussen in the
Is
subpoenas.
there a second?
Go ahead.
I'll second.
It's been
Thank you.
moved and
I just
seconded.
want to move that around. I'll third it. No, go ahead.
All those in favor of including Lisa Rasmussen among the subpoenas signify by raising your hand.
Okay.
That passes unanimously. And next we have Gerard Klein, the IT director.
Gerard Klein, yeah, Jerry.
Yeah, we did not get a response from him to our second set of orders. He reportedly discussed camera upgrades with the respondent.
So
What do you
I have
think?
I think, I mean,
What?
I think that goes to the defense. And so I think that would be appropriate to ask additional questions about any kind of communication as to some of those concerns.
So you're moving that we include?
I would move to include them.
Include him?
And there was
Okay.
some discourse about accessing emails via another means that involved the county IT, which that may be relevant at some point. And I think Jerry can probably speak to that. So that would be further reason to include him, I think.
Okay.
I would second, yeah.
It's been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Seeing none. All those in favor of including among the subpoenas Gerard Klein, the IT director, signify by raising your hand. That also passes. And I come to Kyle Osmitz. It's the name I think Cody tracked down that name for us, the name of the contractor who is, I think, changing the wrap on the box outside before the mayor brought it inside. What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, I think a direct contact, once again, in this case, that person can speak to whatever correspondence they had with the mayor at the time,
Or Bernardi.
or Bernard. Yeah, both, sorry. So correspondent and
That's
also.
true, yeah. All right.
Probably be a short deposition, but I think it would be a worthwhile hearing. Yeah. Thank you, testimony, yeah.
All right. Is there a motion to that effect?
I could motion to include Kyle Osmond.
I'll second.
Been moved and seconded to include Kyle Osmitz, the contractor. If there's no further discussion, all those in favor signify by raising your hand. It's been unanimously approved.
Could you, how do you spell his last name?
Osmitz.
Thank you.
It brings us back, I think, then to Ann Jacobson and Caitlin Bernardi. And I think we're we would like to hear from them. So I'll move that we subpoena Ann Jacobson and Caitlin Bernardi. Is there a second?
I will second.
It's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, if you're in favor, signify by raising your hand. The motion again passes unanimously. Those are all the names I've got on a list.
We haven't moved to get rid of we're just doing positive things.
Yeah, I don't think we need to move to not subpoena somebody. I think we
Because
just
kind of
moved.
did that with Cody and with,
Yeah, we kind of did, but I wanted to make sure we were clear on it.
right,
So,
okay.
yeah, that's
All right,
true.
as long as we don't then, okay.
All right.
There we go. That's the fire
That-
department. It was very exciting. It was
So
red
then-
and the lights were flashing. Okay.
Would we need a motion to accept the list of new individuals to be subpoenaed at that point, or each one of the motions taken as an individual?
I think we've had separate votes on all of those, so we've already
We've done that.
approved. Let's make sure we're all clear on who's included. I want to make sure I am, because I was doing too much talking and not enough taking of notes.
I could read my list if you want to.
That would be great. Thank you.
I have Alice Klein, Matthew Barnes.
Ashley Klein.
Ashley, yeah.
Ashley Klein,
Oh, Ashley Klein.
not Alice.
Oh, Alice is the name of the.
Yeah. 'Cause she's the one I fear during elections, so I know her name.
Ashley Klein, Matthew Barnes, Eric Lindeman, Leo Gall, Lisa Rasmussen, Gerard Klein, Kyle Osmitz, Ann Jacobson, and Caitlin Bernardi. I have 9.
After, on your list, after Gerard, we had,
Kyle Osmitz,
And then Ann and Caitlin.
thank you. All right, I think I did touch upon the fact that we'll have our next meeting is scheduled to rule on dispositive motions on on August 25th. And at that time, we may want to revisit the subpoenas, and there may be people we would release from subpoenas based on a fact stipulation if we do get one, which could shorten the hearing up some. Okay, then any other business to come before the board at this time? All right, seeing none, is there a motion to adjourn?
I so move.
Doug has moved to adjourn. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, all those in favor signify by raising your hand.
Yay.
And we are adjourned.
Yay.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, everybody.